Hey guys, this is my video on Ivan Pavlov. So Pavlov was born September 14th, 1849 in Russia. His father Peter was a village priest, which led to him later being educated in church schools and eventually led to him attending theological seminary to work towards a career where he would be working similarly to his father as a priest. So later in his life, Pavlov became inspired by other scientists studying physiology, so he decided to abandon his religious career to study science. He really did become involved in the study of physiology and ended up completing a degree in natural science. So because of his interest, instead of continuing with a career in that degree, he decided to continue his studies and eventually was appointed a professor of pharmacology at the Military Medical Academy. Later on, he was appointed the chair of physiology. And then during this time, when he was the chair of physiology, is when he conducted the study known as Pavlov's dogs, which is a pretty famous study, which he later in 1904 received a Nobel Prize for. So he continued doing studies like this until he died of double pneumonia on February 27th of 1936. So the biggest idea that Pavlov brought to us was Pavlovian conditioning, which now is referred to as classical conditioning. So this originated from his study with the dogs, where he observed their conditioned reflexes to being fed and a bell noise that he had prior to them being fed. So what he did was he measured the salivation in dogs as a response to the noise and to them being fed to see if he could get them to salivate at the bell rather than the stimulus of the food being presented to them. So this is the origin of what we now know as classical conditioning, and it's the beginning of the idea of behaviorism. So like I said in the last slide, the biggest ideas that Pavlov brought to us was that idea of classical conditioning, which again led to the beginning of the study of behaviorism, which is now widely used in the study of psychology. Okay, here's my works cited. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something.